Today I have sort of a different video than I'm used to making, and I'm actually using my voice for a change, so this is going to be kind of interesting to see how it turns out. But today we are actually going to be reviewing master markers by US Art Supply. Now, I recently got a set of 160 of these things, all 157 of the collection's colors, and I've got to say I'm pretty impressed. But before we actually start the review, I thought I'd just mention a couple of things. Number one, I am not sponsored at all. I just wanted to make this video just to review these and just kind of see, to show you guys the quality of these things, because they're actually really good. Secondly, it was a brand new brand, so there were absolutely zero reviews on it. So we just kind of took a leap and we bought the entire collection because I really was looking for a set of markers. So yeah, this might be the very first review online ever of these guys. So I'm going to go ahead and jump into the video, the review, and I will see you in just a second. So the master marker seems to be very, very durable as of right now. As you can tell, it's got a rubber ergonomic grip on it, so you can easily grip the pen. It fits very comfortably in your hand. It's not like an uncomfortably large sphere to hold or a cylinder to hold. It's almost like the Chow, but it feels sturdier than a Chow. It's quite a bit heavier too, because it feels like it's made of more like expensive plastic. It's really smooth, except for the rubber grips, and it just really feels nice to hold. Now, it does have two tips: the large chisel nib, which is good for laying flat amounts of color, and it does have a brush tip, which I'm really happy with. Comparably as good as Copic from what I can tell so far. I've not had a lot of experience with Copic, but I can say that it does feel very natural. It is like one of the super brushes on a Copic marker. You can easily do thin lines, or really thin lines, there we go, or really thick lines. That's really, really good. So, secondly, I'd like to go ahead and talk about the chisel nib. Again, same kind of thing. You can do really thin, precise strokes, and you can easily block in color very, very easily. I do believe that these marker nibs are replaceable. If you can take a look at this, I'm going to get my hands dirty for a second, but you can actually pull out the nibs, just like with a Copic marker, and you can refill the nibs from what I can tell. Now, a couple of really big pluses on these markers. The colors are super easy to read on the end of both sides of the caps, and that's super helpful, especially for a dual-tipped marker. It's really easy to read the number and the Indian blue, that this is Indian blue. It's really easy to see that, even up on the shelf. The caps do have these little protrusions in the caps that do prevent it from rolling away to an extent, but it's super easy to just kind of roll over, so it may roll off the table, but if you're willing to pick it up, then that's really one of the only downsides I can think of these markers. The caps do seem true to color. As you can see, this is the blue that I laid down, and this is the blue that on the cap, and they actually do look quite nice together. Now, there are some instances, such as if I were to take pine green, for example, this looks kind of like a lightish green, but if you went ahead and laid that down, that is a super, super, super dark green, and that really does not match, like, at all. Like, I can see where they were going, but it's not. Now, it does look more or less the same in this light, but in real life, the cap is a lot lighter than the actual ink that was laid down. And I've had a swatch of this actually drying overnight, and it's still quite comparably darker. So that's one of the only downsides. Like 3 or 4 of the cap colors don't exactly match the colors. This is the most prominent one, I think, and it really isn't too bad of a difference, especially on camera. So if you're going to be taking a picture of it, I would just suggest doing a color swatch on whatever paper you're going to be using. But other than that, it's really good. We're going to go ahead and test the blendability of these markers. So I've got pumpkin orange, 23, 35 lemon yellow, and 34 chrome yellow. Now I'm going to be doing kind of a chromatic from 23 to 34 to 35, and we're going to see how this lays down. So blending these guys are super easy. So you're going to lay down your base color, of course, and look at how flat those colors lay down. Like, that is really good. Then I'm going to go ahead and get my chrome yellow. We're going to lay that down, and it looks a little bit more orange, but it is a yellow. We're going to come back, our lightest one, blend that in real quick. Then we're going to get our pumpkin orange. We're going to blend that in. Get our chrome yellow. Oh, wrong side. Look at that. That is a really, really smooth blend. Like, I'm really impressed with this. This is the kind of blending that you'd expect from something like Copic. So, blendability on these markers, really high. Mixed media paper is really good for blending, and then if you want to go one more time over with even your lightest color, it's going to help blend that out one last time. Now, you can tell on the paper that I'm using there is a tiny bit of feathering going on, but there is a little bit more of a way to control that. I'm sure you could use something like a colorless blender to push that back up. The colorless blender, speaking of, is actually really nice. If I were to go ahead and take my brush tip on this, and I was to lay this down in the middle of this blue, you can see it easily lightens. It's very noticeable lightening, and it pushes it out of the way, just like an actual Copic marker. And then if you want to get rid of that, you can just scribble the color back down. It works really well. I am quite impressed with the quality of the ink so far. The flesh tones are also really nice, and these are also really great for blending. So if you want 3 really light skin tones, you can go ahead and lay that down. First one's almost like a peachy skin color. Nude number 2 is more of a darker, it's just a darker version of it. Honestly, I don't know how else to compare it. I'm going to go ahead and use this to kind of just show how that works. And even that works really well. I can go ahead and take this back around, and I can just blend that in. And then I can get my nude number 3 right here. This is the brush nib. I'm going to go ahead and put that down there. Get my nude number 2, which is right here. I'm going to blend that. Wrong side. Nude number 2. I'm going to blend that in right there. And that is another really nice skin tone kind of blending. It does come with tans and creams and corn silk, which actually works really well as a skin tone, flesh tone. And I'd have to say it works really well overall. So blendability on these markers is really up there. I'm quite surprised. Now, if it does look a little more mottled, it's the paper. I'm sorry about that. I don't have the highest quality paper in the world. I kind of blew all my money on this. Oops. And, yeah, but it's really good marker. Ink quality is really good. Super vibrant colors. Speaking of, I actually have 2 color charts. Here's one of the ones that I created. It is the first one, including all the pinks, reds, oranges, yellows, greens, blue-greens, and dark blues. As you can see, there's a whole bunch of different colors, and they're very, very vibrant. Again, this is the paper that I'm using, so if it looks splotchy or mottled, such as the avocado or orchid, that's just the paper I was using. And I also have all the flesh tones. These are the lighter flesh tones, and as you can see, there's a whole bunch of them. Wheat's a little too yellow, I think. I put that in the wrong one. And corn silk, maybe a little too yellow, but Navajo tan, peach, nudes, the barley beige, cappuccino, sand. All of these seem to be really, really good skin tones. And then, of course, darker skin tones work really well. Those are right here. It also comes with a whole bunch of cool grays, warm grays, random grays. This concrete is just more of like a really, really, really warm gray. I wasn't sure where to put that exactly. so I just kind of put it in there. And then of course it comes with your blender and your black. And the entire collection of master markers includes 16 pinks, 10 reds, 7 oranges, 12 yellows, 23 greens, 9 blue-greens, 18 blues, 8 purples, 10 warm grays, 7 cool grays, and 2 kind of miscellaneous grays, including blue-gray and green-gray, and 16 light flesh tones, 6 darker flesh tones, and 10 other tans and browns. These are more earthy, not really necessarily skin. It does also come with 2 blacks and 2 colorless blender. Now, the boxes that these actually came in were quite nice. I kind of got impatient, and as you kind of saw before, I already put them in a shelf, but they came in this box right here. It says Master Markers Primary Set A. I got Set A and B, so it came with 160 different markers. Inside is a grid pattern. I'm not going to keep them in there because I like to store my markers horizontally, so they last a little bit longer. But the grid lock system was pretty good, and the case stayed pretty secure. My Set B box actually was like broken by the time I got here, so the boxes are not the highest quality from what I can tell, but they do work. It also comes with this awesome little handle right here, so if you want to bring them with you everywhere, that works out perfectly. Overall, I gotta say, these markers are amazing. Really great alternative to even Copics. There aren't a whole lot of colors, like I think Copic Sketch has 358. This only has 157. I gotta say, I'm super impressed. I love these. I'm gonna be using them a lot more for art. Hopefully I'm going to be using them in speed arts later on in my channel. Thank you guys for watching this review. I hope you actually consider buying these because they're a really great and cheap alternative to Copics. I'm really impressed with the quality. They're really good quality for the money that you actually pay for these. So thank you so much for watching my review. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please give a thumbs up and subscribe. If you guys enjoyed this video review or want me to do more, feel free to comment below. All the information and links to where you can buy these are in the description. Thank you guys, and I will see you in my next video.